Okay, so here we are with lesson 57, adding and subtracting fractions using 3 steps. Now, I've never really taught it this way, but I thought it would be fun to look at 3 words that the book uses, so I'm reminding you how to do different operations with fractions, okay? So really all we do with fractions is we add, subtract, multiply, or divide, okay? So no matter what we're doing, adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing, we first do shape, and that means if put your fractions into the right shape or form. Now, when you're multiplying and dividing, it doesn't matter what form they are in. Remember, you don't need common denominators, but we're really looking for, if we're adding and subtracting, we better have common denominators. So we do shape first. Make sure they're in the correct shape or form. Then number 2, they do operate. That means add, subtract, multiply, or divide. And then 3, simplify, reduce, or put it into a mixed number, okay? So that's just like something the book has used: shape, operate, simplify, okay? In case, you know, that might help you to remember those 3 things. Put it in the right shape, do the operation, and then simplify when you're done, and do that for any fraction problem that you were going to get thrown at you this year. Okay, so the first one they're going to give us is 1/2 plus 2/3. Okay, now in previous lessons, you know, I like to see these vertically. I like to see the 1/2 over the 2/3 because it's easier to rename them or put them in the right shape, okay? So even if the book writes it horizontally, I like to write it on my paper, my homework or your homework, like this, okay? And see, I always do this long because I know I'm going to have to change these because these were not common denominators, remember? Yeah, that was kind of sad. So we look at the 3, the bigger number, and go, okay, I'm going to count by 3s, and when I find something that 2 also goes into, then there's our common denominator, okay? So 3, 6. All right, we didn't have to go very far because 2 goes into 6. And that will be our denominator, okay? So 3 goes into 6 2 times, so 2 times 2 is 4. 2 goes into 6 3 times, so 3 times 1 is 3, okay? Then we're going to, so now we've done step 1. We've put it in the right shape, okay? And then they want us to, or they tell us to operate, okay? Operate just means, you know, adding, plus, minus, multiply, and divide. They're all operations that we do, okay? So shape, operate. So that just means to add them. 3 and 4 is 7 over 6, okay? So now we did shape, operate. Now we need to simplify, okay? And they did give us something that needs to be simplified. We have a top-heavy fraction, so it's improper. I always say it's kind of like the dad on the kid's shoulders. When the person's too big on top, then they need to get down and see what we have left, okay? So 6 goes into 7 one time with a remainder of 1/6 left. Okay, so now we have simplified it and done the 3 steps. Okay, so, and now we're done. Example 2, and they only give us 2 examples in this lesson, so it's another short one. Example 2 is subtract 5/6 minus 1/3. Okay, again, it's horizontal. Wouldn't it be nice to have it be 5/6 minus 1/3? Okay, so right away we look at these guys, and hopefully you're feeling less sad, and maybe it's more of a like, it's not that bad. So maybe like a little half smile, like I can do these now, and it's not too terrible. Okay, so plus they give us a nice one because 3 actually goes into 6, so that is our common denominator. So see how nothing had to change there. 6 here, 3 times 2 makes 6, so 1 times 2 makes 2. And then it's a subtraction problem. 5. That's where I see a lot of mistakes here, is people get going this far, stop looking over here, and maybe put it over here. And forget what operation to use and might add when it was supposed to be a subtraction. That's where I see the biggest mistakes, or most common mistakes on. these types of problems. Okay, so 5 minus 2 is 3, 3, 6. Now we have to simplify. That's always nice when it's a perfect 1/2. It makes you feel good, like you must have the right answer. It always feels better when something comes out nice and neat. But just because it doesn't mean it's the wrong answer. Okay, so you have about 6 of these for practice, and you're set for the lesson. Okay, so again, call me if you get stuck, and we can answer any of your questions or stuck on any other problem in your lessons. Okay, so I hope this works, and I will see you on Tuesday.